kiddos, it is, what night? It's Wednesday night, and I loved seeing some of you on a Zoom call today, and I can't wait to see you all the next time. So I have been reading books by Kevin Henkes, and this is yet again another favorite of the Thomas clan. I'll tell you, when I told, Margot asked me every night, what book did you read? And I told her that I read Owen last night, and she said, oh, that's one of my favorites. And I said, that's what I told them. So this is Lily's purple plastic purse. And if you notice, it's got tape on the front because it got torn. Guess what it says on the front page? Lily loved school. I love school, she's saying. We love school too, even if we can't go to it right now. She loved the pointy pencils, she loved the squeaky chalk, and she loved the way her boots went clickety-clickety-click down the long, shiny hallways. Lily loved the privacy of her very own desk. She loved the fish sticks and chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom, and most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shorts, he wore glasses on a chain around his neck, and he wore a different colored tie for each day of the week. Wow, Lily said. That was just about all she could say, wow. Instead of greeting students or good morning pupils, that's another word for students, Mr. Slinger winked and said, howdy. He thought that desks in rows were old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think that you can handle a semicircle? And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, said Lily. Me too, said her friends, Chester and Wilson and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. I am the teacher, she told her baby Julius. Listen up. Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe picture encyclopedias. That's what you use to look up different things. What's with Lily? Asked her mother. I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva, said her father. It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger, said her mother. Wow, said her father. That was just about all he could say. Wow. Have you ever seen those glasses with the plastic nose and the mustache attached? Look what she's saying. Teachers know everything. Guess what? They don't know everything. Do you think that Mrs. Thomas knows everything? Well, do you hear Echo talking? He wants to go outside. I think he sees Ian and Isabel and Mr. Thomas coming back from their walk. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing and writing. Lily went often. She had a lot of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During sharing time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. Look what that says. Big, friendly, Mr. Nice Man, teacher. And in her story, the last page of her book says, and at the very last second, Mr. Slinger saved the cold, starving elderly. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily stood in line even though she didn't ride the bus. Boy, she really loves him. Lily raised her hand more than anyone else in the class. even if she didn't know the answer. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. That's when you use a chalkboard. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Singer. One Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters. And best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune when it opened. "I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day," said Mr. Slinger. "They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home." Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like, oh, I missed a page. Lily wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Listen to our story." Lily had a hard time listening. "Shh," one of her friends is saying. Lily really wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Let's be considerate of our classmates." Lily had a hard time being considerate. Lily really wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Wait until recess or sharing time." But Lily could not wait. "She's in trouble," one of the other mice is saying. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. "Look," Lily whispered fiercely. "Look, everyone, look what I've got." Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger. He was not amused, meaning he wasn't happy. "I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day," said Mr. Slinger. "They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home." Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack Mr. Slinger served before recess. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought, and she thought, and she thought, and then she became angry. She thought, and she thought, and she thought some more, and then she became furious. She thought, and she thought, and she thought a bit longer, and then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Uh-oh. This is what it says. Does it look like a nice picture? "Big, fat, mean, Mr. Stealing teacher." She's got a word "bad" pointing to it. She's made Mr. Slinger with big fangs and claws, and she even wrote claws. He's holding her purple purse. It says bad. It says thief. Oh, she made a tail on him, and it says wanted by the FBI. P.S. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. How do you think Mr. Slinger's gonna feel? Oh dear. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her purple plastic purse back. "It's a beautiful purse," said Mr. Slinger. "Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class." "I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up," Lily said, and she marched out of the classroom. Oh dear, he said such nice compliments. On the way home, Lily opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better. There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Look, sometimes when people are feeling sad or not good about what they did, people will say that they feel small. And look, in these drawings, here she is regular size. She's feeling smaller and smaller and smaller. She feels sad, I think, about what she did. Do you ever feel sad about what you've done? I know I do. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. I'm really proud of Lily for telling her mom and dad what happened. Are you? Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. I guess that's what she calls the timeout chair at her house. I'll stay here for 1,000,000 years for Mr. Slinger, she's saying to herself. Why does everything always happen to me? She's thinking. 1051, 1052, 1099. And then she got up. That night, Lily drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote a story about him too. This is the story. Lily was really, really sorry, so everyone forgave her, even her parents, even her stinky baby brother. That wasn't very nice, was it? Even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone and everything, even the bugs and the worms. The end. That was her story. And here's her drawing. Listen up. It's a picture of Mr. Slinger. I forgive everyone, it says. And inside his body it says kind, good, nice. Could be principal, it says. That's the head of the school. And there's a picture of Lily with her name on her dress, and it says, I am really, 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 really sorry. And it's in big letters, the sorry. That means it really means it. And then these are pictures of worms, bugs. Oops, her boot has stepped on one of the bugs. So it says, oops. I'm the author, she said. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school the next day. I think Mr. Slinger will understand, said Lily's mother. I know he will, said Lily's father. These words say, how could he resist my no-frills cheese balls? And then Lily's asking, what does the note say? The next morning, Lily got to school early. These are for you, Lily said to Mr. Slinger, because I'm really, 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 really sorry. Look, she's handing it up to him. Mr. Slinger read the story, and he looked at the picture, and he read the note. What does it say? Lily still wants to know what her parents' note says. And he sampled the snacks. That means he tasted them. Yum, yum, he said. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was about all he could say. Wow. Look at the smile on Lily's face. Saying I'm sorry makes you feel better, doesn't it? What do you think we should do with this? Asked Mr. Slinger. That's the original picture she drew, the not nice picture. Could we just throw it away? Asked Lily. Excellent idea, said Mr. Slinger. During sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star sunglasses. This is what she's saying about her purse. It's like having an extra pocket with a radio inside, because remember, it plays music. And then she's showing the money. 3 quarters are even better than a dollar bill because they make noise. Now she's talking about her glasses. Glamorous protection from harmful rays. Then she did a little performance using them as her props. It's called interpretive dance, said Lily. Mr. Slinger joined in. Wow, said the entire class. That was just about all they could say. Wow. Look how happy she looked. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but did not disturb a soul. That means she was being respectful with them. Right before the last bell, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. Hooray for Mr. Slinger, Lily sang. Wow, delish, goodies, yippee, no frills, cheese balls, they're saying. What do you want to be when you grow up? Asked Mr. Slinger. A teacher, everyone responded. Lily's response was the loudest. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. Accident, accident, woo, woo. Oh, she's got her scuba diving stuff on. She's dancing. Hold still, the doctor's here, she's saying. Ready for takeoff. Uh-oh, she's jumping off the stool. I hope she's being careful. That is, she wanted to be a teacher. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer, or a surgeon, or an ambulance driver, or a diva, or a pilot, or a hairdresser, or a scuba diver. The end. So that's one of our special books. And do you know that Mrs. Thomas had a red purse when she was in the 4s, and Mrs. Thomas had a comb in it, and what else was in there? Oh, and sunglasses. And guess what? Mrs. Thomas didn't do a very good job during circle time. She kept looking at what was in her purse and playing with the stuff inside of it, the comb and everything, and wanting to show it to everyone. So Mrs. Thomas had to give the purse to her teacher to hold during the day because Mrs. Thomas just wasn't making good choices about it. But Mrs. Thomas's teacher also gave it back to her after the end of the day. I didn't draw a picture like that, but I definitely felt sad about my purse, but then happy when I got it back. And the teacher was right. It wasn't nice to keep playing with it when she was trying to talk, right? We talk about that at school. It happens, right? Lots of love, sweet dreams, and I will see you tomorrow, or good morning, and I'm seeing you today. Bye.